let's have some philosophy here from Baroness Warnock. Now, clearly, putting up the price of tobacco has stopped people smoking. So would putting up the price of some of this junk food stop people eating it?
Absolutely right. I think that public health propaganda can work, and it's done the most amazing things for smoking.
No, the most amazing thing with smoking has been the price going up, surely. It's about, how much is it for a packet of 20 fags now?
But I do think that if you look back 40 years ago, you will find meetings, public meetings with cigarettes put out for everyone to help themselves and so on. Things have changed radically, and I don't see why the government actually shouldn't start to make it an offence for shops, supermarkets or any other shops to put all the sweets and stuff just by where the children come out and eat them as they go out. I mean, there is a lot, I think, that can be done on the public scale to change people's eating habits. But I don't think this ought to become a kind of class war issue. I really don't. I think it's a matter of people deciding that they must eat healthily if they can. But there are so many reasons.
But I like junk food now and again.
It's not just gluttony.
People can't be losing their jobs, and then we put the price of food up. So there's a big problem there. I think we do need to have a lot of more joined-up thinking. The issue that you raised about on every corner along Dalston, in that area, you have lots of frying food shops, fried chicken, and it is cheap. People need to eat in order to survive. But we also need education in terms of being healthy and exercise and all that put together. And of course, we need to take personal responsibility. And I appreciate that not everyone who is overweight because they've eaten too much. There might be a medical problem.
Excuse me, as well, not everyone who is overweight is sick, is unhealthy, is diseased, and is costing the NHS. And no one who is overweight as well, or no one who eats junk food is fat. Thin people eat junk food because the poor people...
Obesity, if I may call it that, is costing the NHS £3.4 billion a year.
It is not obesity as such.
Nicky, you can't chuck statistics like that out. How much is alcohol costing the NHS?
Well, we're not debating alcohol.
Are we going to go after everyone who drinks, everyone who smokes? What order of priority do we make?
Drink is getting more and more expensive, and cigarettes are getting more and more expensive.
It's not, the money's not... lifestyles and people's conditions. If you are told, which every street corner you turn, every television program comes on, fat is ugly, fat is bad, you become depressed and you develop eating disorders.
The social stereotypes are bad.
Yes.
Let me come to this gentleman here. What would you like?
Bad for your health.
What would you, Fatima, please? What would you like to say, sir?
Nicky, I think a lot of us are BMI challenged. I know someone who actually took their We Fit back this year because it said that they were obese. I think, we just need to be very, very careful. I don't think that we should actually be taxing fat people. I think we should be much more concerned about the kind of health risk, and therefore we need to get the balance right. People do eat well, but also we actually educate the public in a much better way.
But Nicky, the debate is it's all about, as usual, it's always about individual responsibility. Kelvin says each person's responsibility. We talk a lot about individuals. Dare I mention, what about corporate responsibility? Absolutely. What about the companies that are making all this fatty food, that are lobbying governments to prevent proper labelling? So you don't have to eat it. The Department of Health...
And we'll be sponsoring the London Olympics.
And the Department of Health, Pepsi and McDonald's is helping Andrew Lansley write his food policy and health policy in government right now. And helping sponsor schools, exactly, and all the school meals.
Winton Rossiter from who runs a public funded scheme to pay people to lose weight. You think there should be rewards? Some would say bribery. You wouldn't say bribery. You say rewards. How would this work?
Well, I would say that...
clapping there. Rewards to lose weight. Yes, we all like the sound of that.
That's right. Well, when David Cameron said he was looking for the big society, I don't think he had this in mind. But the fact is, his big society vision is that individuals now need to take responsibility for their own actions. We can talk about...
Which is the Tory view.
We can talk about the supermarkets, we can talk about the food companies. They're not the problem. We, in our control of our own behaviors, is the problems. And the question is, how are we now going to regulate our own intake of calories and our output of calories? We must take responsibility.
How do we regulate?
And this is all very abstract, but actually I've been working on a scheme called Weight Wins, which actually provides a structure for individuals to set their personal weight loss goals.
Well, look at you. Look at you, the gable end of a £10 note yourself.
It's worked all right for me.
Yeah.
It's worked all right for me. But the point is, individuals themselves are changing their behavior.
Mehdi, let him finish.
This is rubbish.
You're hogging the banquet here.
This is absolute rubbish to say.
Now, what we're going to do is make sure that individuals have
Please let him finish.
We have a scheme that's been trialed successfully with the NHS and with individuals joining, which allows them to pick their personal weight loss goals, weigh in every month, and get a reward for approaching and reaching those goals. And, unlike all these other abstract schemes we're talking about, we actually have proof that it's working. And it's saving the government money, and it's helping people in their own lives.
Patrick Nolan, Chief Economist with Reform, would that work? No. Does that work? He says it
would work, but I mean, the real thing here, as this was mentioned, is people actually have to be realistic and start taking greater care of themselves. Yes. We're talking about taxes and we're talking about what the government can do. But actually, at the end of the day, it's our health, it's our bodies, it's our weight, and we've got to take responsibility for getting it off and looking after ourselves.
Okay, let me take responsibility. I go into a restaurant. No, this is very important to me. Okay. I go into a restaurant and I want to take responsibility for what I eat. In New York, they've introduced on the menus calories for food. In fact, America, they've done that. In this country, guess what? All the restaurants and food companies, food managers, have lobbied the government to prevent that from happening here. So even if I want to take responsibility and find out what healthy food is, I'm not told. I go into supermarkets, I'm not told clearly in the labelling what's healthy. But you have it.
Okay, they don't like the traffic.
They don't wait to themselves to suffer.
They don't like the your point about the corporate world. They don't like the traffic light system. They've been against that. But if you have a chocolate mousse, you know that is going to...
But you're eating a jam donut, you've got a very good idea this hasn't got 8 calories. And that's the reason you like it.
Well, actually, young kids who start off eating this are not educated as to what
doesn't that come down to parental responsibility? Fatima? Last word.
You see, the government, the society worldwide have been using the stick method to get us to lose weight, which is wrong.
Carrot, very good word.
Yeah, for us fat people, it is not a stick that they've been using, but a baseball bat, and sometimes it's an iron bar on fat people.
But we need the carrot,
So now it's the carrot, it's low calorie, and the reward
I like what you did there.
The reward should be for us to love our bodies and to care for our bodies and to open the space for everyone to be able to love their bodies.
Fatima, everybody. Fatima, the International Size Acceptance Association. And whether you're still, whether you're on carrots or whether you're on sticks, whatever, you can tell us what you think by logging on to bbc.co.uk/thebigquestions. You can follow the link to our message board. Please do that. It's a lively read.